Being born to famous parents means you're a star from conception. It may be a hard lifestyle to deal with, but if any family knows how to make fame work in their favor, it's the Kardashian Wests. But what's it like to be the middle child in a family that's so high on the fame radar? Before we jump into it, be sure to subscribe to TheTalko for more Kardashian videos. Now, let's take a look at the strange things that have happened to Saint West in his short time on Earth so far. He's a genius. If you have friends with kids or just happen to always be around mothers, you probably already know they think their babies are geniuses. There is something about watching a child discover the world that makes parents overshoot their children's actual capacity for knowledge. And just like every other proud mama on the planet, Kim Kardashian thinks baby Saint is really a baby Einstein. Back in early 2018, when he was only 2 years old, Kim K took to Twitter to brag about Saint's spelling abilities. Apparently, at just 48 months old, he was able to spell a word many adults struggle with. According to the reality star's tweet, baby Saint spelled gargantuan. Kim did nothing to elaborate on the subject either. Fans wanted to know how and why a 2-year-old was using such a descriptive word. Was he describing his father's ego? Was he looking at his mother's bank account? Seriously, Kimmy, we need some answers. Either way, if his father is the musical genius he wants us to think he is, maybe some of that brain power is rubbing off on little Saint West. Either way, we can totally see why he would have a bragging mama. Big sister issues. How many only children do we have out there? Growing up, did you feel like a star child? Now, what would you do if all that attention was suddenly taken away? Well, if you're anything like Saint's big sister North, then you probably wouldn't be too happy. According to Kim Kardashian, North West was less than thrilled when her baby brother Saint arrived. In fact, she still doesn't think much of him. At first, Kim K thought it was just a phase North was going through. Sadly, as time went on, it became obvious North wanted to be an only child still. The big sister of 2 even went as far as asking her mom for another sibling so Saint would leave her alone. Ouch. There are some major jealousy issues in the Kardashian West household. North has even found ways to get her mother's attention all to herself. When she wants to have some mommy and me time, she sets up girl-only tea parties.
We're having a tea party, Mom. No boys allowed.
As you can probably figure out, that means Daddy Kanye and baby brother Saint aren't invited. But now that baby Chicago is in the mix, we aren't sure how her girls-only tea party plan is going to pan out. Photo debut. Celebrity babies are all the rage. Fans can't get enough of them, and magazines are willing to drop some major cash for the first picture. While many celebs are eager to cash in, Kim K and Kanye took a different approach. Instead of selling photos of their son to the highest bidding magazine, they kept it a little bit more exclusive. If you are one of the millions of fans who have the Kim Kardashian app, then you already know. The proud parents decided to share Saint's first pictures on Kim's app and website, and let's just say it was a total power move. Could you imagine being so rich that you could literally say no to millions of dollars? That's pretty much what Kim and Kanye did. But that doesn't mean they didn't rake in the dough from the photo's release. Her website and app got tons of hits, and the pic went viral almost instantly. And if you know anything about the internet, you know clicks means cash. The frenzy may have had something to do with the fact that the couple waited over 2 months to show them off. Either way, fans were excited to catch a glimpse of the power couple baby, and it did not disappoint. Cover model. There are models well into their 20s or even 30s who have never graced the cover of a magazine. But when you're a celebrity child, it's just another day at the office. The thing is, we just aren't used to seeing cover models as young as Saint West, regardless of their celebrity status. It all went down back in August of 2018. That's when Saint made his cover model debut for Harper's Bazaar. And if you are wondering how a 2.5-year-old was able to stay so poised, don't worry, he had a little help. Big sister North and seasoned cover model vet Daddy Kanye were there to support Saint for his big day. What is even more impressive is that he got to work with a celebrity photographer and stylist for the shoot. These are things people only dream of doing, and Saint has accomplished it before reaching age 3. Considering this is his big sister's second major magazine cover, we are pretty sure there are more in Saint's future. We can't help but be a little jealous though. Not only does he get to call Kanye West and Kim Kardashian dad and mom, but he also gets to be on magazine covers with them. Halloween 2018. Halloween is pretty much every kid's dream day. They get to run around and play in costumes, and even better, they get candy for doing so. But the kid, or should we say kids, who won Halloween 2018 had to be Saint West and Rain Disick. The cousins totally knocked it out of the park when they dressed up as Kanye West and Lil Pump. Okay. We are pretty sure it was their mother's idea. Come to think of it, it was probably Kanye's idea. Either way, the Mini-Me costumes were hilarious and got a ton of hits on social media. If you're wondering why, just take a look for yourself. The kids adopted the boxy, oversized clothing look from Kanye and Lil Pump's music video for I Love It. Yes, the same outfits the two grown men got a lot of flack for. Apparently putting the same yet smaller version of the outfits on some children was the way to win everyone over. Which just goes to show, when it comes to pulling off an outfit, Saint may have a little more edge than his daddy. Hopefully all the praise wasn't a blow to Kanye's ego. Getting shown up by a 2- and 3-year-old has to be pretty tough. What's in a name? Everyone learned about Kim and Kanye being with child back in 2015. They couldn't wait to hear the baby's name. Considering they went with Northwest for their firstborn, many people speculated they would go with another Direction-style name. They didn't do anything to stop the chaos either. It took the couple all the way up until the childbirth to announce their newborn's name. Even then, she used a photo of her and Kanye holding hands to announce that their baby boy was born. Why was it shrouded in mystery? Fans might remember it took Kim and Kanye over a week to name their firstborn, so maybe they were running into the same issue. According to Kim, naming North was the last thing on their mind. Thankfully, they didn't leave us waiting for quite as long. And as we all know now, Saint West is what they went with. So, what is the meaning behind Saint's name? It may have something to do with how difficult Kim's pregnancy was, and we will get into that later in the video. Or it may have to do with this guy on Twitter who suggested Saint 6 months before he was born. Of course, he wasn't given any credit for the suggestion. He's really a saint. As we've learned, Saint's older sister isn't into the idea of having siblings. That couldn't be further from the truth when it comes to Saint. According to Mama Kim, Saint is a total sweetheart. And if you've ever seen photos of him with his little sister, Chicago, you'd probably agree. Over the course of 2018, Kimmy shared photos of 2-year-old Saint giving his newborn sis kisses on the head and nose. This is a far contrast from the relationship he has with his older sister. Maybe he knows what it's like to be pushed away by a sibling. So why would he do the same to his baby sister? If North doesn't watch out, these two might form an alliance against her. Okay, probably not, but they sure are adorable, wouldn't you say? You can feel the love through the photos and the fact that Kim K talks about how much Saint is in love with his baby sister. All we hope is that some of his tenderness rubs off on North. We would love to see more snaps of all the Kardashian West kids loving on each other. Maybe Saint West will be the saint of sibling affection in the family. Kim's tough labor. Remember when we said Kim had a tricky pregnancy? That was just putting it lightly. The reality star not only had one complicated childbirth, but she actually had 2. This is the reason the couple decided to go with a surrogate for her baby Chicago. Now let's get into why this is such a big deal for Saint's life. The fact that Kim became pregnant for a second time was a big deal. She had such a hard time with North that her pregnancy with Saint was considered high risk. While pregnant with North, she developed a condition that only 5% of expecting mothers face. What made it worse was the fact that the condition was early onset, which forced her to give birth 6 weeks early. The delivery went smoothly, but she had life-threatening complications after North was born. So you can only imagine the anxiety she felt when she learned she was expecting Saint. Making matters scarier, there was nothing she could do to prevent the same thing from happening again. While she still had a hard time with Saint's birth, they both left the delivery room healthy, which went to show that he was their miracle baby. Mysterious existence. After his complicated introduction to the world, many fans were waiting for just that, his introduction to the world. As we revealed earlier in the video, it took Kim and Kanye 2 months to release photos of Saint. In that time, many conspiracy theories swarmed the internet about Saint West, many of them questioning whether he was even a real person. Thankfully, the couples released photos, so that should have shut down any mysteries surrounding the tot. Surprisingly, it actually had made them worse. That's because in the month after the photos dropped, Kim and Kanye were completely silent about anything pertaining to newborn Saint. Considering Kim lives her life on social media, at least at the time, it was hard to understand why we hadn't seen more of Saint. This made people wonder if the baby was even real once again. As we know now, he's a real human person, but it's crazy to think people thought he was a made-up baby. We know the Kardashians will go a long way for a good story, but at least we know they draw the line at making up fake babies. His future according to the stars. So what's in store for Kim and Kanye's middle child? If we take a look at the stars, there could be a few clues. While all of this is strictly speculation, it's fun to see what sort of potential little Saint has in his future. People magazine hired celebrity astrologer Ophira Edit to help them out on their quest to figure out baby Saint's destiny. According to Ophira, Saint's Sagittarius sign could keep Kim K very busy. Sagittarius is a fire sign and could mean Saint is full of energy. It also means he is the opposite opposite sign of his father, Kanye. This could cause some clashes in the household. Thankfully, we haven't seen any of the drama yet. His star sign also shows he will be clever and entertaining. According to his sign, Saint also has the capacity to be either a bookworm or an athlete, or perhaps both. All we know is that living under the Kardashian West roof, he will get the chance to cultivate whatever lifestyle he chooses. We can't wait to see what is next for this little tyke, and we can only assume he's destined for greatness. Wow, it's hard to believe what a crazy life Saint West has already had. What are some of your favorite Saint West moments? Share them in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to TheTalko. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.